Hi, so here is a Cort Les Paul type of guitar. Now, I'm not talking about the guitar itself today. What I want to talk about is tuning, a type of tuning thing. It's to do with thirds. Now, I'm not a musical genius, but one thing I learned a good few years ago was from a pedal steel teacher. And it was before I was going to go on the Leonard Cohen tour. I had to work with Bob Metzger, and he was a great guitarist. Probably still is. I haven't heard from him in a million years. And a pedal steel player as well. So I hadn't the first clue about pedal steel. And what this teacher taught me was something about the 13 cent, I don't know if it's a rule or whatever, but let's sort of get into this a little bit. Equal temperament tuning. You've probably heard of that before. Now, equal temperament tuning, as far as I know, is this method of tuning that great musicians and experts came up with bazillion years ago, probably in the year 80 million BC, I think. And what they did was they got together and they said, okay, well, you tune your thing this way and I tune this thing my way, but when we get together, it's not that good. So we really need to come together and find a way where we can all be happy enough. So equal temperament tuning, in a nutshell, is a compromise. So you get notes that are just ever so slightly out of tune across a broad scale, I suppose, and it's okay. It's not that bad. Now, the reason I'm talking about this today is because of the way this guitar is tuned. The owner of this guitar wants the guitar tuned in D major. So what we've got is D, A, D, F sharp, A, D again, right? So we've got this. It's a full-on chord played completely open. And when I put my big magical finger, it's just all major chords the whole way along. Now, one way to sweeten this major chord, if you're playing slide guitar and you just want that pure, sweet, awesome sound, one very good trick you can do is to take what would be the G string, your third string, which in this occasion is F sharp, and tune it 13 cents flat, okay? So we're gonna go into that in a moment. You can I'm gonna call it earball it. You can play it by ear, kinda. If I'm looking at the tuner and I tune this F sharp bang on, everything else is close enough. So when I play it open, it sounds okay. But when I tune that F sharp a little bit flat, I'm eyeballing it and earballing it at the moment, I think it changes. If you can A-B it, who knows? But to me that sounds a lot sweeter. And what I'm going to do is demonstrate this on the Peterson Strobe, actual Strobe tuner. I love this tuner. I can't say enough good things about it. We're going to go through the strings one by one just to get it all good. So here is the bass D, and then the I guess what you call the middle D. Why am I going flip flop through the strings? Because I like to keep the tuner on a manual setting. It does have note tracking, but I just like doing it this way. Now I'm pressing the A. So that's 5 strings, and what we're left with now is the F sharp. So we go to this F sharp, and here it is, bang on the money. And this is how the guitar sounds, open tuning with everything chromatically, or equal temperamentally perfect, right? It sounds okay, but what I'm going to do here is I'm going to program the tuner 13 cents flat, and when I hit this F sharp, it's going to look sharp on the tuner. So now I'm going to go back down, and back up again. So now this F sharp is actually 13 cents flat. Maybe you can tell by this guy. This tuner here I haven't touched, and it's showing flat, but this is one we're looking at. And now let's listen to the chord. Sounds pretty good. Here's a kind of an A-B situation where I take that F sharp back up to equal temperamentally in the right spot. Sounds okay. Back down to this minus 13 business. And there you have it, the 13-cent solution, if you want to call it. There's a thing called the 7-cent solution, whereas I think if you take that in which in this case is our third, our F sharp, if you go 7 cents below, apparently that's another compromise that seems to work for some people. Now, this minus 13 thing sounds great all on its own. However, when you get together with other musicians and they're not doing what you're doing, something's going to sound a little off. So if the guitar is just doing its own thing, like if you're in a band with one guitar and one bass, and the bass is playing the root notes, and you're doing this slide with this third that's, you know, out of tune a little bit, it's probably going to sound pretty decent. But when you start playing with someone playing keyboards and their thirds are all done through equal temperament, but you've got this you know, your own thing going on, it's going to sound a little bit off kilter. But it's just a demonstration to show you that equal temperament is a compromise in a way, and you can tune things slightly differently so that they actually sound quite nice. So that's all for now.